here is exactly what happened in the Mile High City. It was a fantastic game. I mean, Jokic, he was all business coming in here. He was sprinting
Look at him.
everywhere he was going. Clearly, he had business to handle, places to be. Remember, the Los Angeles Lakers have led it every single break, every single halftime of every game this series. Last night was no different. They had a 3-point lead entering the second half, but things took a very quick turn in the third quarter. Watch here, Austin. Anthony Davis, he bumps with Michael Porter Jr. here. It didn't look egregious.
No, not at all. It looked like a very subtle hit, but it definitely hit him in the right point. I wonder if it was just like a trigger point in his shoulder, something, because it was spasming the rest of the game.
Yeah, something really wasn't right. He attempted just one free throw, or one field goal rather, the rest of the way. The Nuggets, they would take a 2-point lead entering the fourth quarter here. Nikola Jokic doing what he does. Finding Jamal Murray. Oh, excuse me.
Let me get a body.
Jamal, taking one more look at that.
He's a light body. He caught him. He snuck dunked him, but he got him, though.
He knows that he got him, too. Nikola Jokic, this is what he does. Easy work. Gets that one to go. And then here, Austin Reeves.
Big-time shot.
Huge shot here for the Lakers to take a 1-point lead with just over 2 minutes remaining. And then KCP elevates off the front rim. This is why they have Jokic.
The offensive rebounds killed this team late. I mean, Aaron Gordon got a big one, which you're about to see probably here soon.
It killed them all series. Denver was plus 19 on the O board.
Left hand?
But LeBron James, clearly he thought there was a little bit of contact there, but, marginal was sort of the word of the first round.
This one right here. This one right here. You got to get that rebound. Look what it leads to.
Aaron Gordon, such an underrated piece for this team. Jamal Murray, huge bucket there. Denver goes up by 2 with just over a minute left to go here. And then, same score, LeBron James, this is his time of year, and this is what he does. Attacks Michael Porter Jr., goes all the way to the cup, can't get it to go, heads to the free throw line. He would make both free throws. The game all tied up at 106. We've seen this movie before, Austin.
Absolutely.
Jamal Murray.
Ooh, fade to the left. Come here.
Finds his spot and takes a 2-point lead. Remember, the Los Angeles Lakers, they had no timeout, so this is the best they could get. Taurean Prince's shot falls short, and so does the Lakers season. Denver gets the 108-106 win.
Time.
Jamal Murray, he came into this game questionable with that calf injury, and he had a game-high 32 points. Notice that Michael Malone, he didn't call a timeout here. This is how much he trusts his guys. Jamal Murray celebrating there with his father.
That was cool.
LeBron James, after the game, he was asked about if he had confidence in this team running it back.
No, because we lost. I'm not a participation guy. We lost, and you move on and see how you can get better. But our season has been derailed all season with just like injuries and guys in and out. And I talked about it all year. He was around us all year. I said it's hard to say who we are, what we can be, because we have yet to be whole. I think we was only probably whole maybe 1 or 2 times this year, and I know one of them was during the in-season tournament. We got whole, and we showed what we was capable of doing. But we was just hit with injuries after injuries after injuries, and it was just hard to come back from that.
Tonight, was there any thought at all that this could have been your last game with the Lakers?
I'm not going to answer that. Appreciate it.
You see the twinkle in his eye because he liked that question because he knew he could do a little walk-off and drop in, I'll see you in the summer. I think LeBron is probably going to opt out of his contract, and I think there's several different reasons for that. I don't think it means he's leaving.
Okay.
I do think it means he wants to leave his options open. Number one, the Lakers didn't do anything at the trade deadline. At the draft, LeBron, I think, would like to see some action. And one of the things that you can do to encourage that is by potentially becoming a free agent. Secondly, I don't know if you guys heard, but Bronny James entered the NBA draft officially today. And that means that the Lakers potentially have 2 picks, and maybe Bronny stays in the draft. And, there's many steps between now and Bronny for sure being in the draft. But if you're LeBron, you may want to be a free agent just to see what happens with Bronny, or to let teams know that may be interested in Bronny, like perhaps the Lakers, that he could be a free agent. Third, if LeBron opts into his contract, he gets $51 million. Good for him. He's earned it. If he opts out of his contract, he can sign for 3 years and $160 million. He can build in additional options if he wants, and this is not insignificant. If he opts in, he cannot get a no-trade clause. If he opts out and begins a new deal, he can get a no-trade clause. So I think it's probably going to be smart for him to at least posture that he's going to opt out. But I want to underline it again. It does not mean he's not going anywhere. But when you are a free agent, you are a free agent.
Anything's possible. We've seen that before with him. I don't think he's going anywhere.
Okay.
Just from the standpoint of the Lakers aren't far away. They might not be a championship team right now, but you even alluded to a point earlier. You said that they led most of the series in minutes.
Right.
This is a team that was highly competitive throughout the series. No, they didn't close. No, they don't have the team to win a championship or compete with the likes of a Minnesota or OKC, but they're not far off, and there are other assets this summer that might become available. Like you said, he's going to probably opt out, restructure his deal. Bronny's there. He's made this as a lifestyle choice. He said that before he came to Los Angeles, that he's done everything he's wanted to do. So this was strictly a lifestyle choice. He's in Los Angeles. His family's rooted here.
Right.
It's the Laker town. I don't see him leaving. I really don't. But I do think he's going to do what you said. Yeah.
Well, and as much as we want answers right now, today, as to what he is going to do, speaking to people who have spoken to LeBron James this morning, I genuinely don't think that he has had the time to process all of this quite yet.
Yes,
it happened yesterday.
Yeah.
So he's going to take a breath. We heard him say he's going to talk to his family, sort of take inventory of everything that's going on in his life. But you mentioned the money, and I think that some skeptics would say, well, LeBron James has made, $1 billion on and off the court in his career. It can't just be about the money. It has to be about winning. But I wonder at this point, Austin, when you've put in so much, when you have won so much at all of these different levels, is winning a fifth ring the most important thing to someone like LeBron?
I'm going to say no. I want to be careful about how I say this.
Okay.
Just due to the fact that you should always play to win. And I don't think LeBron James is LeBron James by not playing to win. He's one of the greatest players, if not the greatest player to play of all time. So obviously this guy goes on the court to play. You can see the frustration after the game last night. This guy wants to compete and he wants to win.
Yep.
He's always been brutally honest, whether we've liked it or not, or hinted at it at least. With that being said, the only guy that is even in front of him that we even ponder or put in up there in the air is Michael Jordan, and he has 6. So whether he wins 5 or stays at 4, it makes no difference. So I don't think the championship thing is the end-all be-all. I think he has cemented himself. He already got Michael in the points and all the other accolades and longevity and everything else he has in his career. I think at this point, he just wants to compete. I think he wants to be happy and live in L.A. I think he wants to continue to make a lot of money. And I think he wants to play with the Sun. I think these are the things that he's made clear and hinted at already and put in time. So he's in a position for this summer to these things all happen. He could get a new deal. They could get new assets this summer or trade for players, whether it's a Donovan Mitchell or a Trae Young or a Devin Booker. I don't know. There's all type of guys that could be thrown in the mix. And his son could also be drafted there, too. They have the second round pick.
Which we've never seen before.
No.
We've never seen a father and son play in the NBA, let alone at this level.
So what do you think?
He can get a ton of money, continue to play in L.A., and possibly play with his son. Tell me that he's struggling.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Is, if you know LeBron at all, he does care about money. He's thinking about trying to buy an NBA team.
Yep.
He ain't taking a $50 million pay cut. And secondly, he's still underpaid. Like you say, let him take a pay cut. He's taking a pay cut, frankly, at $50 million. Even now, he's worth more than $50 million.
Absolutely.
So let's just have a frank conversation about that.
Just for the money that he brings into the city alone. Yeah, I mean, I don't think he's going anywhere. The Lakers are going to give everything that he wants. And they are close. Whether people like that or they want to hear that, they're not far away, man. And there are other guys in the market that can come there this summer that can make the Lakers highly competitive.
It's still wild, though, that we were seconds away from not even having this conversation today of the Lakers possibly forcing a Game 6. Like, seconds away. But Jamal Murray changed all of that with that final shot that he took. It's the second time we've seen him do it in this series alone. Again, with no timeout called before either one. How difficult is that shot?
Anytime you're moving left to right, full speed, with the adrenaline of the game on the line, and you got a defender in your rearview mirror, that's never an easy shot. And people don't realize mid-ranges are the toughest shot in basketball because it's all touch. Look at him. To the left, he doesn't know if he wants Jokic, not. That is his bread and butter, though. Let's get to it. He's hit that midi. I've seen him shoot that, especially if you're a right-handed guy going left. It's easier fading that way. But let's talk about Nikola. He knew he wasn't even going to get the ball in this. I mean,
let's talk about Nikola. If he doesn't shoot it, Austin, Jokic is wide open.
Wide open. Yeah.
So, come on.
Crazy.
Murray, he became the first player in the last 25 postseasons with multiple go-ahead makes in the final 5 seconds of a playoff game. He's also just the 4th player with multiple makes like this in the entire postseason with up to 3 rounds still to go, which is absolutely insane. He's shown us that time and time again, he just elevates his game. This is what Jamal Murray does, and it's kind of time that we start putting a little bit of a respect on his name.